Yo.
Oh my god, I got sweaty.
You're just gonna open with that.
Yeah.
Guys.
We had technical difficulty starting the podcast, and normally I can fix it. And this time I did actually fix it, but I don't know what caused the problem in the first place, and that's gonna stress me out. I'm gonna.
This guy was like what you would imagine, like an old-timey operator. He was like plugging in wires from here to there.
It's like a switchboard back there.
What did operators even do back then?
Yeah, they were. Have you not seen the Marvelous Miss Maisel?
Not that part, apparently.
Yeah, so it's just first of all, an operator was a lady, right?
Yeah.
They had ladies back then in the 60s or 50s or whatever. And then you'll call the operator, and she's sitting behind this big switchboard with wires, and then you say, "Please connect me with," right? Whoever, such and such, and then she'll look at the hole for that area or whatever, and she would take your wire and then plug it in there, and then your phone will then get connected to that person.
Jeez.
That's the operator.
That's the operator.
You know?
Hello, operator.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wouldn't let guys do that?
It's probably because like it didn't pay much, right? They thought that it didn't require much skill.
Damn,
so they're like, just give it to the women. That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Right? Little did they know that eventually,
Yeah.
Being an operator meant two things. That was awesome and cool. Right? The first time we heard operator and it was awesome was Tank from Matrix 1.
That's true.
Right?
Hello,
They need a fucking helicopter in the Matrix. Yeah. They call the guy operator. Yeah. And he's like, I need a tank. Bet, no problem. He'll upload an operator.
Great job.
Yeah.
You get to get things.
So good.
Like tanks.
You can teach people kung fu. But then,
I got it.
and then the second one is like SEAL teams. Like, they're going into countries where we're not supposed to go in. I don't know why I said we. I'm not American.
Or a SEAL team member or anything of that nature. You're just a guy in a first world country.
And they'll assassinate someone. That was an operator. That's called an operator.
Oh, is it? Or I thought they would just call the operator, like, get us out of here.
No. That was called the
Give
operator.
me a tank.
They were operating death on people. Speaking of near-death experiences, apparently you had one. You sent me a video.
Yes.
You sent me a video of some people frolicking in the water.
Yep.
And then I saw someone
like a dolphin
swim towards the problem, and I'm like, hey, that guy's swimming pretty good.
Yeah.
Right? But apparently the story turns after that.
Oh, yeah, man. That I've shown that video to a few people. And they're like, wow. My dad was like, wow, who's this? I'm like, that's me. And so this is in the ocean, right? This is not in a pool.
Yes.
This is they take you in a boat, motorboat, they get you in the ocean. And
snorkeling? Was this a snorkeling?
It's snorkel, jet ski.
Okay.
And you've paid like
wow, what a pairing.
$300 US for this.
This doesn't make any sense. You snorkel to see fishes, but they'll jet ski and it will scare all the fish away. I don't know.
It's a different spot. So they take you to one area, see a wrecked ship, snorkel, go to an open ocean, snorkel, see a turtle, snorkel, see a sinking hole in the ground, snorkel, jet ski.
Ah, okay.
We skipped the shipwreck because it's too choppy. They're like, but it's okay. We're going to go 3 minutes this way and it'll be fine. We get 3 minutes that way and they're like, all right, everybody out.
Yeah.
It looks just as choppy, right? But we have our inflation stuff and there's like a bunch of white people in water.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, it's safe. I'm in the water. I'm keeping up with so there's Monica, who's our lady leader. And she is in a full scuba suit, which I'm like, I would like, it's cold. It's mad cold that day.
Okay.
And then she has a floaty that my sister and my niece and nephew use. And then me, my brother, and my brother-in-law, Atif Bhai, we just do a free float. And there we go. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll cut to it. So basically, at one point, I lose a flipper.
You lose a flipper.
I lose a flipper. And I've got one of those snorkeling masks that, covers your eyes and everything. And then you got the snorkel in your mouth. I lose a flipper. I'm trying to get the flipper on. I'm getting hit by waves. And they get my goggles.
Yeah.
Right? At that point, I'm like, I'm on vacation. I don't need this. Right? So I say, I take my mask off. I'm like, help,
I mean, you know what it is that you're using the same attitude that you have in a resort where you may like need some water. And you're like, help, because you just want to get some water. So this was the same energy.
See, the problem with that was when you say help, you expect help. You expect somebody to come to you like a dolphin, like Aquaman.
Yeah.
And nothing happened, right?
Okay.
And then the wave hit me again. I was like, I'm gonna get these goggles back on. I get goggles back on. Water gets salt water's in there again.
Yeah. Now
it's in my eyes. So I'm like, all right, let me turn this up a notch. I go, help!
Just like that, did your voice break at the top of it?
To which I could have sworn I heard somebody say, help her! and in the distance, I heard my brother say, my brother's drowning!
I mean, he had to say something.
He had to say something.
Yeah, he couldn't say, my brother's got salt in his eyes and it's bothering him.
My brother's drowning! To it. Monica, who had the life preserver, who my sister is.
So you have a life jacket while this is happening to you.
So I have a life jacket that I can inflate and deflate as I want, so I can hang out with the turtles.
Right. Fair enough.
My sister and my niece and nephew have the heavier ones.
Do you need to blow into your own life jacket?
Oh yeah.
Which seems weird because like if you're in a panic situation, how do you inflate it?
I deflated a little bit and then I was like, it's time to inflate it. And you're like trying to put on your flip flop at the same time. So she took that buoy away from my sister, which my sister was, I could tell, reluctant. She told me later, it's like, I didn't want to give it up. It's choppy out there. Right. She got it to me. I got in the boat. Yeah. I had a bunch of cookies with the boat operator, Jose.
Yeah.
And then I went back in. I went back in 3 times.
Right.
But
that moment was a little panicky.
Once you say help and help doesn't arrive, and you're like, this was the deal. Somebody said, but you know what you have to do.
The ultimate betrayal.
You have to say help like it's your last help.
Right. If you don't put your back into it, they're like, he's just playing.
Yeah. They're like, I heard somebody say something calmly. Was that you?
Did you swim with contacts on?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay, and do you just throw them out at the end of the thing, or you just keep using them?
I don't remember. I think I threw everything out that whole resort time. I used them dailies as dailies.
Oh, you use dailies as dailies. Okay, yeah.
I think like here, where you're like, it's still good.
Do you think?
What?
I'm sorry. I it's just I'm really interested about like not being blind in water.
I don't have any more to the story.
Okay,
so
fair enough. All right, perfect.
That's basically it.
When you have the salt water in your eyes with the contacts on, do you feel, is it extra burny or is it just fine?
I think it's
and you can blink away the water.
You can, and it's burns, but you can get to clarity.
Okay. All right, cool,
yeah.
cool.
The hard part is if you did a really good job putting your goggles stuff on, and somehow still it gets in, taking it off. Because like at one point I just did this to let it out and it wouldn't just move forward. So
it's just suctioning your entire face.
I could have had a fish in there alive. Is how much water I had in the whole goggle.
Okay.
And I'm just like, I can't see.
Right.
And then the wave hits you while you can't see, like a coward, you know, like from behind while you're trying to put on your shoes.
Hey, sometimes those big waves, they come out of nowhere,
dude. Yeah. In the ocean.
Yes.
Of all places.
Yeah.
I got back. I'm glad I got back in though.
Yeah, that's good. You have to. You know what? Here's the thing. You don't. That solidifies as like a trauma.
Now you don't know if you're afraid. Now I might be afraid of water.
Exactly. So it's good that you nip that in the bud immediately.
My niece, we came back in. My niece was like, "Yeah, we went to the turtles." And the lady's like, "Hey, it's really choppy. So what we'll do instead of let you look we'll find the turtle and then we'll call you once we find it."
Right.
And they found it in like 30 seconds. Like they took the turtle. Omer was like, "Hey, how about you just bring the turtle up here, and we all save ourselves the trouble." And she said no. But my niece went in. I was like, oh, she's like, if everybody's, basically going in, and it's, I know what it's like when you don't do this.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming back to the ocean or snorkeling.
You
saw some turtles.
That's cool.
And one
How big is these turtles?
About as big as your couch.
Yeah.
I also saw in one area, there's just looking down 40 feet, you can see 100 fish at least as big as your hand.
Amazing, right?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can see how you would think these would never run out. You keep making fish fillets. Like it's the...
I mean, I'm still kind of worried.
Listen, I'll tell you what's worrying. That was day 2. Day 1 was the worst, where we went to bed at night, me, my wife, and my baby.
Yeah.
And then around 1 a.m., somebody's walking into our room that is a complete stranger.
Okay, how does one enter in your room? How did they gain access?
So you know how sometimes you have your room with a front door and an adjacent door that's locked? This adjacent door is locked from my side. But not from this other guy's side. 1 a.m., this guy's coming back from he's drunk as
Yeah.
And I think he's just trying to pee.
Yeah.
So he opens this door and it hits my luggage. I wake up. In my head, Like I knew immediately what was happening.
Oh, okay. Right.
Like immediately, this is it. Because he was also like, this isn't the bathroom.
Oh, you saw him. You could see him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
could see him perfectly.
Right.
Even if my
He
brain
didn't look threatening. He looked confused.
He looked confused but big and drunk.
Oh, yeah, dangerous.
I'm like, this guy is not stealing.
Yeah.
That was my only thing. Is like, he's not stealing, but he's definitely not safe to have in here.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
So I just palm him back and I just closed the door. I don't even explain myself.
Right.
I think he understood.
He's like, okay.
But I'm like, you haven't left. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, huh? Oh. And I barricaded that side of the door.
Yeah.
And I leaned against it until they took 3 hours to send somebody in.
Okay, you had him locked in another door? Another room?
That was his own room. He just walked in from his own room to our room.
Okay.
So I just pushed him back in, and I just barricaded a bit. I'm sure he wasn't trying to come back in.
Yeah.
Because once I'm like, oh, this is just a guest.
Yeah.
They're just super drunk.
Right.
But I can't have like a...
No, you can't. No, that's not. Also, what is it with these doors that open in shared rooms? I don't. I guess it's for families.
This resort, yeah, that's exactly, and like people partying. But this resort opened in 2019, and they haven't. You go through a few iterations of operational excellence, and they haven't had that shit yet.
Okay.
So our room didn't have a bin. It didn't have people would come to ask us if we're checking out on days we aren't checking out.
Right.
You would order food, and there's like, yes, it'll be there in 1 hour, and it would get there in an hour. But sometimes it's just like, hey, that's a long time. That happened almost every time.
Fair enough.
So it's a 5-star place.
Yeah.
5-star facility.
Right.
But a lot of people didn't speak English, which normally doesn't bother me. But I asked the guy for water, and he said, how you say no hablo inglés. The thing is, how you say, then he just said Spanish. Also, I know what water is in Spanish.
Agua. Yeah.
Even if he just gave me directions to the pool,
Yeah.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I get it.
You got it.
Yeah. I see what I did and I see what you did.
Right.
But yeah, he was just like, how do you say?
I don't care.
Basically, I don't want to get you water. Like, man, you know what water is. You've seen.
How do you say, get out of my country?
Well, that's what he would say to me.
Yeah.
I'm in Mexico.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought the resort was my country, which I would like, you know what? I've paid good money to be here. Great trip for the parents. They've never been to a resort.
Yeah, so this is great for them.
They aren't complaining about the noise. The walls are made of tissue paper at this resort.
Oh, man.
But they were like, it was great.
Yeah.
I found my dad just like sitting around the beach, just in the sun.
That's what old people do.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it just felt good here. I was like, oh, it's good.
I say that like it's not like me sitting on the beach,
I know,
staring at water.
Well, you find you're like the old soul. You know when like that kid has an old soul, that kid will be fine when they're 40.
Yeah.
They're just gonna have a rough childhood, and sometimes you don't know. I love sitting in the sun since childhood, but that's an old man thing to do.
My grandfather, he's unlike other elder brown uncles and grandfathers, he's very much like not in your business. Doesn't, you take him to the beach, right? Sometimes you like, I gotta take an old person to the beach. For him, he's so pleasant to be around. Right? You bring him his stool, you sit down, you put the stool inside a shade, and he'll sit down and he'll just kind of just think, right? Like the grandkids will come up to him, he'll make a couple jokes or whatnot. Right. Everyone leaves. If he's by himself, totally like pleased. Yeah. Right. You can go you just need to be like, nah, you good? Right. And he'll be like,
those are the best old people. My dad is like that. Yeah. Like he just found himself a seat and started reading the wrapper of the thing he ate, and like,
good.
Yeah. Good. It's like, great. He's just like, look, Spanish. And just like, their pictures are so different. Just like, it's great. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was wonderful, man. My brother went parasailing and stuff. My wife got a lot of things refunded. She let him know. She's like, yo, listen, this is what you do when this happens. My wife is there. She has a whole list of complaints. I'm like, listen, I bring it down to like, I'm talking like, you can barely hear me. Like, listen, I'm not upset about everything, but there's certain things that are life and death. I could have killed a man at your resort. I said that to the lady running the whole show. Like, if he came in, I could have picked something up. I could have hit him with him. He could have hit me. It could have been horrible. Yeah. How do you make this right? She was like, yeah, we should. We have to make this right.
Yeah.
Well, they just gave us $400 worth of massages, which is 2 massages. But
At least they gave you something.
Yeah, we got that. We got next time we go, which we aren't gonna go to this Dominican has the same resort, but like they've been around for 8 years, so they're amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah.
And we'll go there next time and we'll figure it out. They'll make it right.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool. You got we went to Excellence, and they have resorts all over the Caribbean, and so yeah, I signed up. I'm one of those white people.
Whoa, you have like a
So
timeshare?
now I think no, it's just that you're part of a club, and then you can go to any other Excellence club, and Excellence resort, and you get some perks and whatnot. You get access to a couple extra services.
Yeah, this place had that. We couldn't get. I'm like, hey, lunch reservation here. Like, oh, you can't have lunch here. That's for members.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You know what? The thing is that I used to clown the white people who they only go to this one island. They went to Jamaica and they're like, "This is it, the Caribbean. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Jamaica all the way, right? For 7 years. So this is a little bit more varied, but it's still got that same vibe, right? Because you're only seeing the same hotel, the style hotel everywhere you go.
I've only been to Mexico and Dominican, and both of those places I've been twice. How much does location really matter? Like in terms of what island you're on?
Yeah, I think water, quality of beach definitely has a big thing. Not all beaches are good. In fact, I would think most of them are like mediocre. Even the place that we went for the honeymoon versus the first place I went, like night and day difference on quality of water.
That is true.
How calm it is, and how overall vibe. I think is of like the nature segment of it. Also, like the amount of seaweed. Holy shit, there's so much seaweed on the second place I went to. But the first place, man, super, super clean. And I went to Jamaica, and they had tractors.
Yeah, this just had a tractor.
Just, messing up my pictures.
Dude, the best place I went to had like a guy 24/7.
Yeah.
Just
one piece of seaweed comes in, he's on top of it.
He was, and I can tell he liked his job.
Yeah.
I like that he was there.
Yeah.
Because when you need it, I'm like, yeah, get that thing out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want seashells that don't belong here, but man, the nice places, they have it down pat.
Yeah.
Like, it
on
is
top of it.
like, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think our place would have been on top of it. It's just that COVID. So they didn't have, they instead of cleaning it every day, they were cleaning it every 3 days.
I had to serve everything somebody else had to serve to me. I couldn't, I'm like, okay, no, you can't pour your juices. That was very frustrating.
Yeah. It takes the fun out of buffets.
Yeah. I want to throw shit willy-nilly.
Yeah, you had to slide your plate through a cutout in the plexiglass, and then you gotta point at it.
Yep.
And then you just because of someone else doing it, you feel some level of like you don't want to be judged, right?
Oh, I didn't have that.
Especially when they put one, right?
Right.
And they did that for the yuca fries. I want more yuca fries.
Yuca fries.
Right? And it was the boiled ones, but it still tastes good.
Okay.
It was like the breakfast thing. I'm like, a little bit more. And then she put a little bit more. And I'm like, when I said a little bit more, I meant a lot more.
Yeah.
I should have said a lot more. I'm like, just a little bit. And she looked at my plate as if there's no space. I'm like, you can stack it. It goes upwards.
Yeah.
Just keep putting it. And then, So then now I just do more trips to like space out
I like it,
the
man.
thing,
Yeah, I like coming back and forth.
Yeah.
I like the trek.
I like the trip, yeah.
Yeah.
You start making friends with some of the servers that are really
I
good.
nodded everybody, dude.
Okay, yeah. We became friends with one omelet guy, right? And then that omelet guy left, and another omelet guy came, and it's like they were like brothers.
Wow.
They're the only two guys who were singing while cooking. I'm like, I like this guy.
I like anybody who likes their job enough to sing.
Sing, right?
That's what I need.
He's just a little bit like he's dancing in front of like this very large. It wasn't even a stove. It's a round stove that stands by itself in the middle, and he can put like 6 omelets on this thing, right?
God.
Yeah.
We had a Benihana.
All the tips. Yeah. We have it at Benihana too.
It's like a Mexican Benihana.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same guy. We had the same guy that I know. I've seen this guy work in the kitchen, and now he's here doing it.
Yeah.
He has a different hat on.
They make you say stuff. He's like, every time I say this, you say this.
No, we didn't have that.
Oh my god.
Your guy saw some guy do that. He's like, I'm gonna take that.
Oh man, it was so. Like it was so much.
No. I'm like, just give me the. Or are you gonna make me a seal? Like, I'll bark, dude. Just give me the fish.
And then try to explain to this person that we didn't want pork in our fried rice. It was so. It's like so. You're like, no meat. And then he like, I think he didn't put shrimp. I'm like, but seafood is okay. And it's,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of Americans and they weren't helping us explain.
Oh, dude, we tell them like, oh, virgin mojito. They laugh.
Yeah.
No, I get you, virgin. And I was like, hey, are you serious? And they are serious, but they laugh at you.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, are you taking this seriously?
Yeah. Also, apparently we ordered some stuff wrong. You can't just say virgin to some of the stuff. You have to say sin alcohol.
Okay.
Right? Without alcohol.
Yeah.
Because apparently virgin means something different in some of these drinks. We had no idea. And then some lady came up to us and said, no, you got to say without alcohol.
All right.
While you might still get some alcohol in your
Fair.
drink.
We say no alcohol.
Yeah.
But like my brother-in-law's been to some nicer places.
Yeah.
He showed me a place. He's like, you got to go to Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this place. I was like, I can't go to Rosewood. Not with this many people. I've got a family now. It's freaking. Did you have people from the States like wearing their sports teams clothes on?
No, I didn't notice.
Like some people will wear like their hats or Blue Jays. There's some people that will put on like they're about to go play for that team.
Right.
Is how
Because they're trying to rep their
they're
set
trying to rep-
while they're
they're trying to rep Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Relax.
And you're like, listen,
No one cares.
it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, pick a better city. I get it if you're from, something else.
Yeah. There's a difference between repping your place or wearing something so that some other person from Pittsburgh will be like, hey, you come from,
Yeah, that's true.
but like I wouldn't do it in a Caribbean place.
Why not?
Because you're so close to the place that where normal people, like people come from anyway, right? It's not like it's going to make me excited if I meet a Canadian at the resort that I'm in for like 3 days. That don't make no difference to me.
Yo, you should hang out with Hamid at resorts.
What I should do,
Yeah.
what I wanted to do was do this in Mauritius. Because one day I was walking to the ocean through the trees and whatnot. I love it. Mauritius, you can tell what like Mauritius is a little bit, does like their status as a third world country is a little bit higher on the higher end because a lot of the beaches, like first of all, there's no beach that's private, which I freaking love. So no resort owns the beach in front of it. So if you are a citizen, you get access to all the beaches, no matter what resort sits in front of it, which I freaking like. And also, they didn't build resorts on every square inch of the beachfront or the beaches. Some of it is just like all you have is just stacks of trees in front of it, and then beaches where you can have your picnics and stuff. But you can't build anything. Anyway, so I'm walking through the trees, going to the ocean, and I heard it was like a group of 4 girls that were jogging, and I overheard the conversation as they passed me. And they were for sure Canadian, just the way how they were speaking. And I wanted, by the time I turned it was so exciting because I was there for a month, right? It was like meet another Canadian in freaking Mauritius, something. But I didn't get a moment. But I'm like, hey, if I was wearing a Canada t-shirt, right? Maybe it would have been like, oh, you're from Canada or something like that.
Because you don't want to explain things like, hi, I'm coming with you with this energy because we're Canadian.
My country, man.
Yeah.
Women. Yeah.
No, it's true.
So that's what I would do. But I'm not interested. Why would I hang out with Hamid at a resort?
Because he will full on conversations if depending on your team, where you're from. Oh yeah, like to the point where it's hard to go places with him because he's like, oh, that's Jim.
Yeah.
Like we were going here, dude.
Yeah.
And then he gets stuck with people because he makes friends constantly.
I mean, I love making friends, not at a fucking resort.
No, I know.
I make friends with servers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say servants. But like, the staffs are my friends because they facilitate my stay.
Yeah.
Right. And if I'm in line, maybe I'll make a quick conversation. I found a Muslim over there. So I said, Assalamu alaikum, and they barely spoke English. I asked where they're from. They said Palestine. I'm like, for real? Like you left Palestine to come to a resort? And then I told my wife that. She's like, no. They just thought they were asking you about their background, not where they're from. They're probably not from Palestine. I mean,
right. No one's vacationing.
Like someone from the Gaza Strip left and went to a resort.
Like, I've been saving up just to come here.
Oh, boy. But for a moment, when they said Palestine, in my head, I was like, you're a freedom fighter?
Jeez. I don't think people in Palestine go for resort vacations.
No, they don't. Their life is much more difficult. They're not worried about that.
Yeah.
But when he said it, I was like, do you need a break? Do you?
They're probably from Canada, which is a funny thing. He's like,
He just acted like he couldn't speak English, so he didn't have the conversation with me. Amerkhan. Amerkhan?
You can say Amerkhan? Who? The actor?
No, the new strain.
Amerkhan, yeah. I was like, Amerkhan? Like, you talking about the...
Yeah, are we saying it right? Is it
I thought, go ahead. Just look it up. Amerkhan? I just realized how rarely I've barely said this word.
Omicron.
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 Spell it?
Omicron.
Omicron. Okay, that sounds way different
Right.
than Amerkhan, but
So
it's close enough.
So as per patterns of virus mutations, okay, it's even more transmissible, but the symptoms of it and like how much you get sick is on the lower end. It's much more mild. It's
Okay.
very mild COVID transmitted very easily, and that tracks with what they expect for mutations for the virus to be. So
That's good.
So here's the deal. This is not medical advice, but they say, right, that your antibodies are somewhat strong, sometimes even stronger than a vaccine, right? So maybe we just get that Amerkhan. That Amerkhan. I'm just going to call it Amerkhan. I can't say it properly.
It's all right.
Maybe get that Amerkhan, right? And then you get your antibodies, and it's a light flu.
I think you're not going to be able to even avoid it. If it's getting... Because
Yeah.
I thought the last one was more transmissible.
Yeah, but that one hits you hard, the Delta.
Yeah, but this one's even more transmissible, so...
Yeah.
Like, we're not going
Let's
to
go breathe it in, and then everyone gets it. We're good
It's
to go.
not going to be news soon. Pretty soon, like, it'll be 2 years from now, someone's like, oh, I took a day off because I had... And they're like, really? You still have to take it? It's like, working from home, you can do it.
Yeah.
Actually, we shouldn't be working from home in 2 years. That'd be a problem.
I don't think it'd be a problem for me.
I mean, I'd like to. I just don't. If everything is still like similar to this, where we have to like see if I can go outside and capacity at places.
I want everything to go normal except for my work.
We just realized work doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, they want to look at us. They want to make sure that we're doing the work
at you,
because
yeah.
they know some of us are day trading. They know that we're cooking fried rice out here. You know, they know that we're vacuuming. I'm actually explaining exactly what I do. But they know what's happening. The work is still getting done, right? But I'm doing all this extracurricular shit that's making me happy. I'll answer a couple emails, like full force, right? Because I don't have anyone to bug me. I'm here by myself, right? So I'm moving super fast. And then I've carved for myself like 15 minutes. And at 15 minutes, I get up. I'm gonna clean this place because by the time I finish work, all my other freaking chores are done. And then you're just gonna relax.
They don't want it.
They don't want that. They don't want you to live
that.
your best life, man.
No, they
Not
don't
at
want
all.
you to vacuum.
No. They don't want you to do any of those things.
They're like, vacuum on your time, Yasin Syed.
That's exactly it.
Answer these emails on our time.
Or like invest in yourself professionally or something. I don't know.
I want to name a variant if I can. That would be nice.
They apparently they skipped a couple letters in the Greek alphabet.
I thought this was like a conspiracy because they named it something scary sounding. I was like,
Amerkhan?
they're trying to screw.
Yeah, it sounds like
they're
the Decepticon.
Yeah. I was like, we're gonna get Optimus online to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice.
That would be funny if Pfizer's next vaccine is called like
Optimus? Yeah,
They're like, dude, we're leaning into it.
that would be great. But they're calling Amerkhan the African variant, which I thought we were not supposed to do that,
Yeah.
right? But it was
Well, there was an Indian variant, and that became Delta,
okay.
right? Yeah.
That was the one.
Yeah. Delta is the Indian variant.
Okay, that's weird. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick. Oh, I just want this is actually not good for the podcast, but I just want you to see this.
Okay.
Okay. So some guy connects electricity, probes to a mushroom.
Why?
Okay, and the probes can detect like electromagnetic pulses, right? So everything in the world has a charge, right? And then he passes it to a synthesizer. And you can hear the music that's happening within the electrical patterns of a mushroom. Here we go.
Face it towards me if you can. Oh, no. This guy, he's auto-tuning it. Yo, that's nice.
Isn't that crazy?
That is.
Yo, I think someone should release an album, and it's all based off of mushrooms.
That's mushroom music.
That's mushroom music. Can you imagine what would happen if you listened to this mushroom music and also took mushrooms at the same time? Because they do all types of psychotropic stuff, and they've got like some guy hitting the drums.
Yeah, these weirdos.
Right? But you should let nature play the music for you.
Yeah, you let Mother Nature, speak for itself.
Yeah, exactly. I think that would be great.
Rather than this chanty fellow. Hi. I don't know what they're chanting. I think it's called Icaros.
Icaros?
That's what their music is called.
Okay.
The stuff you listen to while you're tripping out
Oh, okay. Interesting.
back home in Peru.
You didn't watch Dune yet, did you?
I saw the first 5-10 minutes, and I decided to watch it when I was paying more attention.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do that. There's one part where there's a Mongolian throat singing,
Oh man, I've seen that.
and here's the deal, dude.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm a Mongolian throat singing, like I'm into it.
You're an aficionado at home.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'm literally like in YouTube.
Yeah.
There's hours. You can listen to like study music, Mongolian throat singing study music. I'm out here just listening to dark synths and Mongolian throat singing. Didn't think it would be a thing for me. Now it is. That's what I'm listening to during the day.
Nice.
It's great. Let me see if I can find one for you.
I wanna see what you're into, man. Hit me with that Mongolian throat.
Yeah. While I search this up, did you see Kanye West posted? He's like, God will lead Kim Kardashian back to me.
No, I
Again?
did not see that. Did that happen?
Yeah, he posted it while during the time that the Pete, what's his name, and
Davidson?
Pete Davidson and whatnot, their pictures are just floating around the internet.
Yeah.
The, new relationship or whatnot, and and Kanye's out here going, God will bring us back together.
Oh no. Well, Kanye, I mean, it's even if that's true, it's not a good look for you to put it out there. Like even if that will happen,
yeah.
just let that happen, bro. Just
Yeah, don't be so thirsty.
yeah.
Also,
Also, Pete Davidson.
dude, Pete Davidson's record is fantastic,
Just yeah,
right? Ariana Grande,
sure.
pretty dope,
Yep.
right? Kim Kardashian, wasn't he with Kate Beckinsale at some point?
I don't think so.
No, hold on a second. I think so. Here.
Isn't Kate Beckinsale like 50?
Yeah.
And isn't he like 22 or 3?
Hold on. I'm going to find it. This is going to be fun. He has so many. All right. His okay, here we go. Yeah, Kate Beckinsale, dude.
Can you imagine? I don't know. How old? What's the age? How old is Kate Beckinsale?
You find that out.
How old is Kate Beckinsale? 48 years old. Pete Davidson, 28 years old. Yo, Kim Kardashian is 41 years old. What's Pete Davidson up to? Like, what's his play here? What are you looking for?
Sorry.
Ooh.
So while I'm answering work emails, bro, while I'm doing a little bit of post-production, that's what I'm listening to.
I think it's scary.
Yeah, and it doesn't actually darken the mood. It's very relaxing.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. This is crazy.
You listen to Tool on your way over here. Does that darken your mood?
God bless you, bro. We all have our own journeys. I think it's great, like, if somebody's like, we need music. It's like, this guy's got a great throat.
It's banging.
It's banging.
Yeah.
I mean, it could really use a bunch of other instruments and maybe a little bit less throat, Maybe a little bit of something else. Maybe use your nose to get the sound out or your...
Right. Okay, well, before we go, I got a music recommendation for you. I don't even do recommendations for music very often anymore,
Yeah.
right? But this one I think you're going to like.
Okay.
Okay? The newest Doom soundtrack is insane. You are going to freaking love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
I will look into this. I've never had you make a music recommendation
In like 10 years.
so confidently.
Yeah, no, this one's going to be good.
You barely know what I listen to.
Yeah, I barely know.
Is that good?
I'm pretty sure this one hits it.
Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure this hits it. All right, people. This has been episode 316. Thank you for hanging with us. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.
Yo.